Love makes the world go round, right? Wrong. Cold hard cash does, baby! And the Pokemon world is no exception. Need potions? You need cash. Need Pokeballs? You need cash. Need malasadas? You need cash. What do those do again? But Pokemon trainers tend to be a bit on the broke side. So how are we supposed to become filthy rich as quickly as possible in Pokemon Sword and Shield? My name is Trendge, and we're about to find out. Alright, sure. We could just do a bunch of max raid battles and sell all of our loot, but that's not the path I want to take this time. I want to steamroll this game, collecting as much money from trainer battles as I can. Assuming you paid attention to the title of this video, you already know I'm talking about Payday. But you see, the problem with Payday is that it sucks. It's a physical attack that only has an attack power of 40. That's the same attack power that Tackle has. You know, the first move many Pokemon can learn. Payday pays out 5 times the user's level each time the move is used. So for those of you who hate math as much as I do, a level 12 Meowth using Payday once will cause the trainer to pick up 60 Pokédollars. Pretty simple. We'll get into a trick for Payday a bit later, but I wanted to mention that I'm very much aware of the move Happy Hour and its ability to double the payout of Payday and reward money. However, Happy Hour can only be obtained from an event, and I do not have any Pokemon who know this move. Also, I didn't use a Gigantamax Meowth with Gmax Gold Rush for this challenge. This is mainly because I didn't know this move existed until after I finished recording. For this challenge, we'll be sticking to using Payday as much as possible. Items will also be allowed in battle this time. We're going for riches, not glory. Also, quick side note, I stream right here on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night, so be sure to subscribe so you can come say hi sometime. With all of that information out of the way, let's get started. We'll skip over the tutorial part of the game, just know that we're choosing Score Bunny to keep both Hop and Leon from having the Fire Starter. This is because once we're able to make trades, we send over Galarian Meowth Egg to be our new partner. Once it hatches, that is. We spend some time with our new friend Cash, getting her to level 12 so that she can learn Payday. We proceed through the game until we get to our first encounter with Team Yell. At this point in the game, we have 33,324 Pokédollars. The first Team Yell grunt hits us with the Galarian Zigzagoon, so we fire back with... Ooh, off to a bad start. Let's try that again. We pelt Zigzagoon with Payday and take it out in 3 turns. The battle nets us an extra 180 Pokédollars for winning. The next battle gets us the same amount, but it only gets better from here. Also, don't worry, I'm not going to mention the winnings for every single battle. We don't have enough time for that. We beat Team Yell in a double battle and proceed to the gym coronation ceremony. But before we skip town, we can pick up TM2, which is, you guessed it, Payday. Pretty convenient that we can get this so early in the game. During our first real battle with Hop, we managed to take out his entire team with Payday and a berry, and collect 1,275 Pokédollars. We battle our way across Route 3 and through Galar Mine 1, collecting as much money as we can. I was a little concerned about our battle against Speed, and because Payday does such little damage, we have to overlevel Cash to balance out the odds. Bede's entire team goes down pretty smoothly, although we do have to take advantage of a citrus berry. We pick up 1,000 Pokédollars and head to Route 4 to expand our team. I was originally planning on using a team of Meowths for this challenge, but I decided to mix it up a bit. We catch a second Meowth named Benji, an Eevee named Crypto, and a Pikachu named Loot to add a little variety to the team. We teach them Payday and proceed to challenge the first gym leader, Krillin with Hair. Benji makes quick work of Gossifleur, but gets taken out by Eldegoss. Crypto is up next, but isn't able to survive a Dynamax attack. Loot is met with the same fate. Eldegoss is no longer Dynamax, but Cash isn't able to inflict enough damage to take it out. Payday is just too weak. After a little leveling up, we come back for round 2, this time taking the Grass Badge, as well as an extra 1,360 Pokédollars. This brings our current total up to 77,389 Pokédollars. After defeating Team Yell again and grabbing the bike, we get to have another battle with Hop. Cash is able to bring down Wooloo and Corvisquire on his own, but Loot, Crypto, and Benji were all needed to bring down Thwackey. With our higher levels and more turns, we pick up an extra 2,095 Pokédollars. Hulberry has a very important item for us, the Luck Incense. It costs us a hefty 11,000 Pokédollars, but it'll pay for itself in no time. You see, the luck incense doubles prize money from battles as long as the Pokemon holding it enters the battle. This also doubles the amount of money we get from Payday, making this item essential to the run. This is the only time we'll have to spend money. Before our battle with Nessa, both Cash and Benji evolve into Berserker. We kick off the battle with Crypto. Being that Crypto is the only normal type on our team, he's the only Pokemon we have that has Stab for Payday. In case you don't know what that is, it basically means that a Pokemon will do more damage using a move that's the same type that they are. We make quick work of Nessa's first two Pokemon, then slowly chip away at her Dreadnought until he falls. We pick up an extra 5,580 Pokédollars, as well as the Water Badge. This brings our current total up to 122,885 Pokédollars. Our second battle with Bede goes very smoothly. We blow right through his team and proceed to do the same thing to Team Yell further into Galar Mine 2. We find the amulet coin outside of the mine, which has the same effect as the luck incense, but unfortunately the effects do not stack. We find our newest rival Marnie waiting for us at the Budu drop-in. Cash takes care of her Croagunk, and Lute deals with Scraggy. Her Morpeko gives Crypto a little trouble, but Benji is able to bring it home. The third gym leader, Clint Eastwood, gives us a lot of trouble considering half of my team are weak to fire types. His Ninetales burns Lute with Will-O-Wisp, and then does the same thing to Cash. We make it past Ninetales and eventually Arcanine, but his Gigantamax Centiskorch proves to be too much for us. After a bit of frustration and leveling up, Lute is able to bring down Kabu's Centiskorch, securing us the Fire Badge and an extra 6,820 bucks. This brings our current total to 202,360 Pokédollars. Now that we can catch Pokemon up to level 30, we add a Rhyhorn to our team and name him Stax. Rhyhorn can't learn Payday, but Rhydon can for some reason. We press on to Route 6, where Hop lets us get double teamed by Team Yell. After taking care of them, as well as the rest of the trainers on this route, we reach Stow-on-Side, where Hop has suddenly found the desire for battle. He leads with his Cramorant and rudely spits a Pikachu at us. His Silicobra is a bit annoying because it keeps using Dig, but the power of the mighty dollar prevails. His Thwackey and Toxel go down with ease, and we head for Gym Leader B. The majority of my team are weak to fighting types, so I knew this was going to be a struggle even after evolving Stax into Rhydon. It only takes 2 hits from Revenge to bring down Stax, and Lute is left with 1 HP after taking a hit herself. A berry brings back a little health, but it's still not enough to get past B's Hitmontop. Benji is finally able to take it out. Pangaroo goes down relatively easy thanks to good luck, but her Surf Edge wipes out 2 of my Pokemon after powering up with Swords Dance. We still have Crypto, but he doesn't stand a chance against a Gigantamax Machamp. Indeed, he is one of the strangest Pokemon added to Generation 8 in my opinion, but I better get used to it, because we have one on the team now. We try again with a leveled up team plus our newest member Moolah, who was able to take out Hitmontop on his own. He's taken out by Pangoro, but Benji is able to take it out without taking any damage. Cash takes out Surfetch, but gets demolished by B's Machamp. Lute is able to chip away at most of Machamp's health, but it's Crypto who deals the final blow. We pick up the Fighting Badge, as well as an extra 8,500 Pokédollars. This makes our new total 323,276 Pokédollars. Our third battle with Bede is a breeze considering how much we had to overlevel to deal with the last gym. We battle our way through Glenwood Tangle until we reach the next gym leader, Opal. Finally, our steel types can shine. Stax takes out our Galarian Weezing without any issue, but it takes some time to chip away at Mawile because it keeps using Draining Kiss and Iron Defense. Her Togekiss completely destroys Lute, but Cash is able to take it out. Her Alchemy isn't able to take out Cash with G-Max Finale, even after 3 attacks. We end up needing to switch to Benji to wrap up the battle and collect the Fairy Badge. This battle caused us to pick up a whopping 15,350 Pokédollars, putting our total at 441,966. We have to battle Hop again before we can go to the next gym. He doesn't put up much of a fight as we're still pretty overleveled from B's gym. This becomes a bit of a theme for this video in order to make Payday viable. We make quick work of the trainers on Route 8 and go straight for the next gym battle in Circhester. This is where the gym battles start to pick up a bit. We send out Lute against Gordy's Barbaracle, but Razor Shell takes her out in one shot. Lute's static ability paralyzes Barbaracle, allowing Cash to land a couple hits, but she doesn't last long. Benji takes out Barbaracle, and then very slowly chips away at Shuckle. 40 Stone Joiner sets up Stealth Rock and takes Benji down with Body Slam. Crypto is just able to take it out, but Colossal takes him down after 2 G-Max attacks. Moolah is just able to survive the last G-Max attack, but Payday does very little damage, so he's taken out on the next turn. Stax is our only hope. It takes several turns, but he's able to bring down Colossal's HP, claiming us the Rock Badge. We get an extra payout of 19,440 Polka Dollars, bringing our total to 595,678. Before we can skip town, we already have to battle Hop again. His double uses Defense Curl and Growl several times, making Payday deal even less damage. Loot is holding leftovers, which negates the hail damage, but Double is still able to take her out with Takedown. Hop fully heals Double, but Crypto is able to bring it down. Hop's Rillaboom takes Crypto down on his first move, so we switch to Stax, which was a terrible idea. I don't know what I was thinking. Rillaboom takes out Cash, but Benji is able to save the day by taking both Rillaboom and Snorlax down. We switch to Moolah, who takes out Hop's Corviknight, but lacks the HP to finish off Pincurchin. I'm forced to drop a max revive on Loot, but we're able to secure the victory. Our next main battle is against our other rival, Marnie. Her Liepard manages to use Torment before we can take it out, so we can't use Payday back-to-back anymore. After bringing Liepard down, we switch Pokemon to remove the effects of Torment. Scrafty goes down in a few hits, with Toxicroak following right behind. Homer Pecco uses Torment twice, so we keep switching Pokemon to squeeze in a couple extra Paydays and claim the victory. With that out of the way, we can take on the 7th gym leader, Gerard Way. His Scrafty takes Cash out rather easily after a few brick breaks. Loot doesn't fare any better thanks to the move Payback. Kind of ironic. Benji takes out Scrafty, and Piers sends out a Zopsagoon. Benji nearly takes him out, but gets bested by Counter. Stax is able to finish off Obstagoon, but Malamar makes quick work of him. Moolah meets the same fate as Stax, but Crypto is able to take the last bit of HP that Malamar has left. Skuntank is up last, and he immediately hits us with Toxic. I again have to use a max revive to save the battle. Crypto goes down after a few more attacks, but we're able to secure the Dark Badge with Stax. We pick up an extra 13,110 Polka Dollars, which puts us right at 808,882. We're getting really close to a million. Finally, we're at the last gym. This is always a tricky gym for me. It would be a breeze if we could use a water or grass move, but here we are. We start off with Cash and Stax and focus our attacks on Flygon as he's a bigger threat than Gigalith. We eat several breaking swipes and body presses, but we're able to drop Flygon without taking any losses. Now it's time for Raihan's Sandaconda. Sandaconda is a massive pain in my backside because it likes to use Detect and Glare to paralyze my Pokemon. We send out Moolah and switch our focus to Gigalith. Payday barely does any damage. Gigalith has high defense, which makes Body Press more dangerous as well. Stax eventually falls to Body Press and Crypto right after. Benji is able to take care of Gigalith, but Sandaconda and Duraludon easily clear out the rest of our team. We lose this battle a few more times, so we boost the team's level quite a bit. We also start off with Cash and Benji to save Stax for later. Flygon goes down after 4 Paydays. This time we focus on taking out Sandaconda first. Benji goes down thanks to Gigalith, so we send in Moolah. Sandaconda goes down surprisingly quickly, but now we have to deal with Raihan's Gigantamax Duraludon. Cash takes 2 Max Knuckles like a pro, while we continue to pelt Gigalith with Payday. We finally get down to just Duraludon with 3 Pokemon to spare. Now it's just a matter of time before he falls. We grab the Dragon Badge, as well as a spare 12,280 Polka Dollars. Of course, I forgot to grab the total after this battle, but after consulting with some of the nation's best mathematicians and scientists, I believe we would have been at 876,062 Polka Dollars. Before taking on the Pokemon League, I decided we should evolve Stax into Rhyperior and Loot into Raichu. Also considered swapping out one of our Berserkers with a Snorlax so we could have a tank with Stab, but ultimately I decided against it to save time. Our team's levels are significantly higher than both Marnie's and Hop's. We breeze right through both of them, gaining an extra 27,300 Polka Dollars. Now we have to deal with Oleana. We battle our way up Rose Tower and find Oleana waiting for us at the top. Her first Pokemon is Frostlass, who is immune to Payday. Because of this, we start off with Crypto and use Bite to bring it down. Now we can go back to Payday. Milotic takes out Crypto because of Aqua Ring and the fact that she keeps using Recover. Loot is able to bring it down, followed by Salazzle. Zarina defeats Loot, but Benji finishes it off easily. Oleana's last Pokemon, Garbodor, takes out Benji but gets bested by Cash, scoring us an extra 15,620 Pokedollars. We still have a handful of battles before we can get to Leon. He'd insist on giving us more money, so we happily accept his offer. His Mawile is able to bring down stacks, but Benji is able to avenge his fallen brother. Gardevoir goes down after 2 paydays, with Rapidash right behind. His Hatterene takes out Benji after Gigantamaxing, and promptly takes out Cash as well. Crypto survives the final G-Max move, and takes out Hatterene on the next turn. The battle secures us an extra 13,490 Pokedollars. Nessa goes down without any issues, and pays out an extra 19,890 Pokedollars. The second battle against B is the one that I was concerned about. She starts off with Hawlucha, who misses a high jump kick. We're able to bring its HP way down, but B uses a full restore. We get very lucky and it misses a second high jump kick, allowing Cash to bring it down. Fallinx takes Cash out with a couple close combats, but Benji is able to take it out. Craplocked is able to defeat Benji, but takes itself out in the process. Surfetch gets past Loot, but Crypto takes it out on his first turn. B's Gigantamax Machamp takes Crypto out after 2 attacks, so we switch to Moolah. He is able to take the last G-Max attack like a pro and finishes Machamp off with 2 paydays. We pick up an extra 13,710 Pokedollars and move on to Raihan. Raihan is much easier to defeat outside of a double battle. We start off with Moolah, who was put to sleep by Torkoal, but still manages to take it out. Crypto brings down Flygon in a few attacks, but Turtonator proves to be too much. Cash defeats Turtonator, and then Goodra after 2 turns. Duraludon takes out Cash in 2 attacks, and he's able to push through Benji and Loot as well. Finally, Stax is able to bring it home, grabbing us an extra 14,850 Pokedollars. At this point, our total sits at 1,347,294 Pokedollars. Our last stop before Leon is Evil Elon Musk. Look, I know you guys are getting antsy, so just know this. We won. And picked up 8,930 Pokedollars. I would have preferred a Tesla. Also, we caught this thing. Finally, it all comes down to this. Trendge versus Leon. David versus Goliath. Donuts versus Exercise. Let's do this. Leon's first Pokemon is a Ghost type, so like before, we send out Crypto and go for Bite. Sacred Sword hits us for 100 HP, and then we fall for the old King Shield trick. Crypto gets down to 10 HP, and Leon uses a full restore. Awesome. We get to attack twice in a row, however, and Aegislash goes down. Leon switches to Haxorus, so we swap to Benji. Earthquake hits us for quite a bit of damage, and the third one takes him out. Cash is able to bring down Haxorus, but not without taking quite a bit of damage. Up next is Dragapult, another Ghost type. Because of this, we switch to Moolah and use Psychic twice to take it out. Inteleon isn't able to inflict much damage, so Moolah is slowly healed by leftovers. After Inteleon falls, Mr. Rime is able to bring down Moolah with a few freeze dries. We send out Loot, who takes care of Mr. Rime with 2 paydays. Leon's Charizard is all we have left. We switch back to Crypto, who is very low on health, to use up one of Charizard's G-Max attacks. We send out Cash to repeat this process. Charizard still has 1 G-Max move left, so we drop a Hyper Potion on Loot in hopes that it'll survive. Charizard uses Moltres Breath, and Loot just barely hangs in there. Loot lands a Payday, and luckily Charizard completely misses a Fire Blast. We still take damage from G-Max Wildfire's Flames, but we're able to gain a small amount of HP back with leftovers. Charizard lands his next Fire Blast, so we send out Stax. Charizard begins gathering energy for a Solar Beam, and we land a Payday. There's no way Stax can survive a Solar Beam being ground and rock type. We have to drop a max revive on Loot if we want to bring this home. Solar Beam one-shots Stax, but Loot seals the deal with one final Payday. It's kind of fitting that we finish with a Raichu anyway. We pick up an extra 14,860 Pokedollars from Payday, bringing our final total to a whopping 1,425,084 Pokedollars. Well, that was fun. If you guys need me, I'll be on a beach somewhere in Alola, tweeting memes and eating malasadas. I still don't know what they do. Let me know in the comments what the most amount of money you've had in Sword and Shield is, and tap that like button on your way out. Be sure to subscribe if you're new so you can catch more Pokemon videos like this one. Until next time, my name is Trendge, and I'll see you on the next adventure.